Yeah. Welcome to the Top Podcast, episode 1, where there's a lot of truth with just as many opinions. I'm your humble host, IV, aka Sweet Brother Noomsy, and we got a great show for y'all today. But before we get started, let's circle the room and see who we got up in here. To my left, we got
Yeah, what it do, baby? It's your boy Just Thug in the building.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Crown Vic.
What's up, y'all? It's Love, Jamie.
What's up with it? It's your boy D Carey, aka Carry These Nuts, aka I am dope as fuck. What's up with it?
Yeah, we are truly opinionated people. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We got a dope show today, y'all. A lot of different topics going on right now. We got cancel culture. We got the Tyler Perry Studios, BET Hip Hop Awards, and a range of different other topics. I think I want to start with the Tyler Perry Studios. As you all know, that's a big deal. Big deal. Congratulations to Tyler Perry.
Yes,
If you aren't up on it, my man has opened his own sound stage. First by a Black African American period in Hollywood, down in Atlanta. How many acres is that joint? 330 acres, something like that. It's
330,
bigger
yeah.
than Disney's, bigger than Paramount, it's bigger than any other soundstage in Hollywood you can think of. All the Black Hollywood was there this past weekend, and he had a grand opening there. Different sound stages from Whoopi Goldberg, named after Whoopi Goldberg, Spike Lee, Diane Carroll, rest in peace. So it was a dope event. I don't think we ever seen anything like this. This is the first of its kind. I think it's dope, man. Number one, for it to be in Atlanta, which is, Black Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great thing because a lot of up and coming talent and people who are looking to get into the movie world, into that industry, don't have to go to Hollywood to get that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to know what y'all think about that, man. Like I said, it's first time it's ever done. Like, it's dope.
Yeah, that shit is dope, bro. I mean, for real, Tyler Perry is just a true definition of just owning your own stuff, man. Like, I don't think he get the credit that he really deserves.
Facts.
Yeah, and I just think it's dope, and the fact that it's in Atlanta, which it's so many creatives from Atlanta, and it's not like the typical, oh, I'm gonna go to Hollywood and build this. No, he built it for his people. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So I just think that's dope.
And I want to throw in there that this land that he now owns used to be owned by
Slave Master.
slave masters.
Yeah.
So, if I could backtrack, I think he made that when he made that announcement at the BET Awards a couple of months ago. When he not announcement, when he was doing his speech, he had kind of mentioned that then. But we had no idea that this was going to be the move afterwards. So big up to him, man. That was like I said, a big boss move. And I mean, everybody was there. Will Smith and Jada, Jay-Z and Beyonce,
Oprah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody
Spike.
was there.
Jennifer Lewis.
Anybody that's somebody.
It was good to see Spike Lee there too, because I know they had like a thing.
Yeah, they had a little beef.
Spike Lee said that I think about the Medea character specifically, he said that was cornery buffoonery. But he actually showed up and supported it. I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's because at the end of the day, despite your artistic differences, that's another Black man doing something big. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the same realm as you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was commendable, man. But yeah, man, I want to go down there and visit the joint.
Yeah.
I just want to see for myself how big it is, and like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm
they said
saying?
that,
I don't know if they're gonna be allowing people to tour or what. What you
They
think?
did
probably
say that
will.
some point of time this year, or maybe early next year, they were gonna open it up for tourists, like a tourist attraction. But that's in the
Okay.
making. Like, it's not like straightforward.
Oh,
But,
okay.
But yeah, man, that's what I thought was like just amazing was the fact that he had like no partners, no proprietary partners. This is
Yeah.
all his,
All him.
his name, his money.
Exactly.
And to be the largest filming studio that Hollywood's ever seen,
Combined.
that's just right. It's just that's amazing. Like that's amazing. And I'm just, I used to look at Tyler Perry's movies and I would be like, what what
A man in a
cheap.
dress.
But yeah. And then I used to think it was bad acting. Like, I'm talking about the plays. I'm taking it back to
Okay.
the plays. Like, I used to look at it and I used to be like, yo, this is the most low budget of my life. And a lot of his movies too was kind of like in the beginning, it was kind of like they were funny because it was Medea. But then
Yeah.
it was like the storylines were just,
Right. But
and
he's
But it
not
was,
doing
it
it.
was true shit that
yeah,
would
he's
that
not
would
doing
happen.
Medea anymore.
Yeah, he's not doing Medea no more, right?
Right.
The character.
Nah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
believe so, right?
Okay.
He's not
His
even doing
last
the
movie was the last
The Boo joint.
Medea. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't the Boo.
No.
It was another one after that?
Yeah, it was another one. It was like
That's
the
crazy.
Yeah, I
funeral.
lost count.
The
Yeah, it's-
funeral one. Yeah, I watched
There's
that.
too many.
Yeah, it was too
It's
many.
I
too
didn't
many
even
to
see that
name.
one. Wait, did Medea die? She didn't
Nah,
die.
Nah,
she
I
didn't.
don't think so.
Oh.
She just
Oh,
left
shit.
off.
That would have broke my little heart.
Yeah, I mean, we love Medea. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of over that character, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's about to turn up and do a lot more. I think he got like a deal with BET,
Yeah.
so he has like content coming out on there
Yeah,
on
so
their
all his
streaming
plays,
service.
all his movies,
Yeah, he's like the host
all his
of their
TV
streaming
shows
service.
is
Yeah,
gonna be all on the
BET
BET plus subscription service, whatever they got, the little streaming service. They got.
Where I don't know why I thought that joint was
Absolutely.
free. I thought
Nah, you gotta pay for that
you
shit.
gotta pay for that.
That's where I messed up at.
I was
Thank you.
I was like, dang, you gotta
Shit
pay for the
pissed me
BET.
off.
I mean, you gotta support black business though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Like that's a black man that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's setting an example on some shit like this is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of let me join the table, fuck your table. I'm gonna make my own. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
right,
I'm
right.
gonna show this to my people so you know it don't matter what your background, what happened growing up, this is possible. This is obtainable. So like it's just big ups to Tyler Perry because that's goals for real when you can make boss moves like that. So
For sure. Well, yeah, big up to him, man. Definitely. And that kind of segue to the cancel culture. If we could talk about that, that's something that's been going on for a while now. If you're not familiar with cancel culture, basically, that's something that tends to happen in our community where it's a prominent name or a prominent figure, they make a mistake, and us as a community, we tend to exile them out. It's been different people from who we got, Kanye to
Kevin Hart with
Kevin
the
Hart.
Oscars.
with the Oscars thing. It's
Bill
you know,
Cosby.
it's Bill Cosby.
R. Kelly,
What are our thoughts on that? Like, what is that?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, God rest his soul. What's our thoughts on that though? Like, is that something that why do we do that? Is that a social media thing? Because I feel like before social media, that wasn't really a thing.
I
Where's
kind
that
of-
coming from?
I kind of feel like cancel culture is really popular with like people who feel like they're misrepresented or underrepresented. So like people of the LGBT community
Mm,
or minorities. I feel like, you know, one thing that cancel culture does, if nothing else, it identifies who your allies are.
right.
Like, okay, so if I feel a certain way about somebody and everybody else on my social media, Instagram, Facebook is like, yeah, I agree with you, cancel them. You know, if nothing more, it identifies who feels the same way that you do. So I don't know why we're so quick to do it. I feel like the question that could be posed is, are we past like redemption? Like how
Hell no.
with cancel culture, like if you did something 10 years ago,
Right.
are you still held to the flame for something that you did? Are we not able to grow?
Yeah, I don't think that should be the case. Like everybody should have another opportunity to redeem themselves and to grow. And that brings me to my next question: Are we canceling people prematurely? Like, I mean, I guess it depends on the circumstance, but like, who's to say we're canceling the right people? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's this? Like, why are we making that decision so prematurely to cancel?
But who to say that you
Somebody.
can cancel anybody? Period.
Facts.
Right.
Who's
I
to
feel
say
like
that this
they
is
always-
law?
We cancel our own people that look like us more than we cancel them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
White people, like
Right.
we forgive them real quick. Like for what? You know what I'm saying? But we'll cancel. Like who puts you in a position to cancel anybody?
Right.
Because anybody can slip up and make mistakes. Now, depending on what the mistake is, you know what I'm saying? Then you be like, I'm gonna fall back. You got to show some growth. But everybody messes up. So if you ain't God, you can't judge nobody. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
How I
Yeah, I
look
don't
at
think
it, so.
it's no such thing. In my opinion, I don't think it's a such thing as canceling anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all just temporary. It's all just an outrage or something that happened, or they found out something. Everybody following that wave. Okay, And then a couple months later, you don't hear about it. Everybody's like H&M. Niggas still go to H&M.
Facts. Niggas still wearing
Niggas
Gucci.
still wearing Gucci.
Gucci man got to deal with
You know what I'm
Gucci.
saying?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
this is
But
temporary.
but when we're talking about cancel culture, yeah, people still going back to H&M. Is it fake outrage? Would that be what that particular example falls under? Because I feel like social media definitely like perpetuates cancel culture. It's a lot more stronger. Like if
They
like for
emotional.
example,
That's what
Kevin
it's
Hart, he
surrounded about.
like dreamed of hosting the Oscars. And because he had some homophobic tweets back like 10 years ago,
Right.
they basically bullied him to say, you know what, I won't host it.
Right.
Even
It is-
after he
it-
apologized.
It's
Sorry to cut
based.
you.
No, go ahead. It's basically a form of boycott via social media.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. And my thing is, I just feel like we have become so sensitive, and me and you have talked about this before. Like, we have become so sensitive that, like we say, a tweet 10 years ago, somebody might have made a gay joke, and I am specifically speaking to the LGBTQ community.
Don't
'cause-
forget that Q. Don't
yeah,
forget
don't
that Q.
forget that Q.
I apologize. I forgot the
Can't
Q.
Forget that Q. Then they be boycotting your ass.
XYZ.
But yeah, like, we become so damn sensitive, and we take, again, something someone said years ago, or I don't even give a damn they said it last week. You can voice your opinion on it, like, whatever, but you're canceled. Like,
And what if it's a joke? Like, can't
Exactly.
nobody, you can't joke no more.
Right,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
anybody can get jokes. It
Right.
don't matter what you are, what you believe, what's your sexuality. Like, bruh, like you can get it. You gonna get this
Yeah.
joke. You know
Right.
what
Well,
I'm
I
saying?
feel-
Yep.
Like, somebody's intentions. My intentions are good. Like, damn, bro. Like, stop being so damn sensitive. Like, I'm just joking with
But even outside of your particular examples, I feel like we pick and choose when we want to apply the cancel culture, because we
do.
can say, like back to what you said earlier, that it's usually us. I disagree that it's usually us because, for perfect example, while a lot of people have canceled him, you got a lot of people that will still step in the name of love should it come on. So I feel like we
Yeah.
pick.
I'm one of those people.
You are one of
I
them.
do
I feel like we
too.
pick and
That's
choose when
one
it
of
should
my
be
favorite
applied.
songs.
But I don't think that cancel culture, and not to just drag it on, I don't feel like some good can't necessarily come from it. Like, for example, the Me Too movement. You have a lot of women, or again, that's an underrepresented group who feel like nobody has listened to me, and just by sharing their stories, you have other people who are coming forward saying, well, yeah, you know what, me too. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think you're canceled only. I think the whole cancellation thing only goes on when it's fresh on people's minds.
Right.
Yeah.
Once it's left their mind, you're uncanceled. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't. That whole way of thinking,
But
I
then
don't really
too-
get it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it doesn't stick. You know what I'm saying? People want to apply it when it's fresh, and then okay, a week or two from now, it's old news. So
they're so emotional.
exactly. Like I say, and I really think without social media, that whole mindset probably wouldn't even. It probably would exist, but it wouldn't be as vocal or prevalent because, we wouldn't know what's on people's minds or why people feel that way. Let's dive into sports though. It's an interesting topic going on with that. Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah. It's the
And some with the NCAA.
the NCAA is called, I guess, the pay to play act. And for the it's for the NCAA, but it's only for the state of California.
Okay.
The governor, he signed the bill for college players to get paid for their likeness, which is, it doesn't happen until 2023, but it's something that needs to happen, that should have been happening.
Okay.
And hopefully the NCAA, even though they don't really like it, but I hope they really take the step to let it go amongst the whole NCAA, not just California. Because like the NCAA is trying to say, well, teams won't play other teams that's in California because they're not really feeling a player should get paid for their likeness, but it's a $1 billion company,
Right.
which is crazy because y'all guys are making all this money on these 9 times out of 10 black athletes that are putting schools on the map or making big names for themselves, and everybody loves them, buying their jerseys and everything. like the people are rooting for them like faithfully. Like college is a big business, but if you're making all this money and you're not paying players, who's pocketing all this money? When 9 times out of 10, a lot of the college athletes, especially black athletes, they don't really have money, period. If they didn't get a scholarship, they wouldn't be able to go to college.
Facts.
Right.
So it's like, bro, if I'm a 5-star athlete and I'm putting all these butts in your seat, and after my game, I ain't got food to get off campus, get some. I ain't got money to get some food off campus, or I want to go shopping. I don't got no money, but I'm making you all this money, putting all these butts in the seat because they watching me play. Like that's not fair.
Yeah.
So that's
I guess that was my thing. Like how much can they potentially make?
It all depends on your it's your likeness. So
Right.
I guess
the
so
bigger
your
the star you are,
basically,
yeah, like
the more
the bigger
money you
star
can
you
get.
are.
So enlighten me, because what I read was, they should be getting paid for their endorsements and stuff like that. Who enlighten me? Who is endorsing? I don't like. Are
It's-
these NCAA players showing up on like Nike commercials or in like catalogs? Like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they can and will, and even just local stuff. Like you can be somebody's diner, and they want to be like, "Hey, can you say that you've been here? Like, let's shoot a commercial, and you've been
Okay.
here." And it's like, but the college athletes can't do that. Like the only people that can do that is I think Olympic athletes, college, because they're like you can't accept money. You're not supposed to accept money. You can't do this and do that. But it's like,
Right.
bruh, I'm broke. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And then it's not fair because there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of college athletes that are black. Like they come from families that don't have money, that come from poverty. So it's not fair that some of them have to go to school and bust their ass, and their mom, they don't have their mom and siblings, and they're expecting them to be like, I need some money. My light's about to cut off. So if you're a big college athlete, what you supposed to do? Like that's not, man. And that's the thing. It's like I know a lot of people say something about it. I know, Tim Tebow has said something about it, but it's like, bro, everybody can have their, perspective on it. But unless you come from that background, it's like, yo, like you may have came from a middle class family that was good. Like your family could have paid for you to go to college and play football. But a lot of these athletes that y'all get from these inner cities and everything, they don't have that money. So why not give them money? Like LeBron said it himself, like they'd have made so much money off LeBron. And he was like, I only had my mom. You know what I'm saying? I had to help my mom.
Right.
So y'all have made all this money off of me and I wouldn't have got a penny. Like, nah, bro. Like, that's not cool. And for real, that kind of set them back. Because it's like, who's to say you won't get injured? And now your career could be over when you could have been at least making some type of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully they get that,
I'm for it, man. I don't know how long it's going to take for all the other states to follow suit with that. I know you said they got a couple of more years before it really goes in 2023.
In effect,
but I wonder if that's going to entice more of these athletes to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Because, you have a lot of athletes that's that gifted that they right out of high school. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder with this going into place and seeing how many other states jump on, if that's going to entice more of the athletes coming out of high school, be like, I wonder if I might want to go to college first before going straight to the pros. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you're already going to make money.
You're right, exactly.
There's not a rush for me to hurry up and go to the pros, especially in the NBA when you're not ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've always been for athletes going to college first, just to get that experience and sharpen their game up before going to the pros. Certain people are, what's the word I'm looking for?
Kobe.
LeBron, Kobe. It's a rare, it's a given that, hey, they got the skills, but you don't see that too often. You know what I'm saying? Most of these athletes, they go the college route and they excel there before they go to the pros. But I'm all for it, man. I think it's dope. And I agree. I think that these athletes should be getting paid based off their likeness to support their time there. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if they need food, clothes, whatever they need to survive before going on to the next level. So yeah, big ups to California for being the first to really step up and do that with the NCAA. Let's go back to the music, man. Like, what's going on? BET Hip Hop Awards. Did y'all watch that?
I tuned in a little bit for that joint.
Yeah, I
tuned in a little bit.
caught the highlights because I was a victim of thinking I had the BET app, and then the motherfucker like, nah, you gotta register, but then y'all don't even have Xfinity on there as a carrier. Like,
Oh wow.
I was so
man.
pissed. So I caught like it had like a pre-recorded, already saved
Yeah.
file that you could watch for free.
Mhm.
But let me tell you, that Junior Mafia performance though, that shit gave me chills.
Right. Lil
Like,
Kim was
Jones
honored,
like
right?
that.
yes.
Yeah.
You look at that.
She
It
got the,
gave me
Legend Award.
chills.
Well,
Yeah.
which is
Like, I
well
really-
deserved for her. Lil
Right,
Kim has
right.
been putting it down. If you
Absolutely.
don't know about Lil Kim, shame on you. Because half these
Your
good
card is
women you listen
revoked.
to,
Yeah, who the hell
that's
are
where they
you?
get it from.
Lil Kim,
Yeah, man, I'm convinced hip hop, BT Hip Hop Awards to me is the ratchet version of the Hip Hop Awards. I mean,
Of
of
the
the
BET
BET
Awards.
Awards. Excuse me, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, it just don't. Every year, I feel like it's just always something ratchet. Like, prime example. I mean, Lil Duval was hosting. I think he did a pretty good job. They
City
implement. They
Boy.
had the ciphers. They had
Yeah,
the
the
live
ciphers was
battle
dope.
Mm-hmm.
with Smack.
I
Yo.
actually I like that joint.
You like the battle?
Yeah, I like how they did that. I mean, other than the whole judging thing, because I don't understand how you ask the crowd and then pull out
Got
the
a card
card
5 seconds
Yeah,
later.
like,
Right.
So
I
did
feel like
y'all
some of the
already have
battlers
the
was nervous
winners
too.
pick?
They not used to really being in that.
Yeah,
It's a different platform.
Atmosphere.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they used to. I feel like they kind of was holding back a little bit because they wanted to get. What's my man that was made it to the end or that lost?
Was it
He
T?
said he looked like a baby gorilla. What was his name?
What?
Damn, I
Uh,
forgot.
I think it was
T
T Top.
something.
He was like from North Carolina.
Treetop or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could tell he wanted to like get in his bag and really go into that battle, but that battle mode. But a lot of people in the audience weren't really getting it. So I think that's why the other dude probably had the slight advantage and won. You know what I'm saying?
DNA.
But yeah, even from the performances, I mean, you had the baby perform, which is, I mean, a given. He performed like 4 times. He came out there like he had his
was
shout out-
Megan
shout
Thee
out to Charlotte.
Stallion.
He
And,
performed with
shout out to
Megan.
Charlotte. Yeah,
He
whatever.
performed with Lil Baby, and I feel like he came out with
and
somebody else. too, right?
Offset.
Offset, yeah.
Well, Offset was part of his performance.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Then you had
Oh,
Megan.
we talking about features.
Yeah, Megan opened the show,
Mhm.
which I thought was good.
Mhm.
Who else performed? You had YBN Corday,
Mhm.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson.
That
Anderson
joint was dope.
.Paak, Ross performed, which I thought he went through his hits, which was dope. A lot of people didn't, Ross got hits. You know
Mhm.
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Rhapsody performed. But see, that brings me to my point. I feel like when they book certain artists to perform like Chance, YBN Corday, Rhapsody, I was looking at the audience reaction and they just kind of was like,
Right.
Yeah, the audience was kind of dead
like,
for real.
but when certain other artists came out, whether it was like I said, the Baby, Megan, I feel like it's somebody else I'm forgetting that performed that's like hot right now. But like they was already up, they was into it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like not saying that those artists are not hot, but I don't think that they should be on that particular show. I feel like it should be on just the regular
should be
BET
BET
Awards.
on
Awards.
the BET. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where they'll get a little bit more of that, engagement from the audience. Because like I said, I think being that it's in Atlanta every year, and I think the crowd is more so used to a certain type of hip hop artist performing. You know what I'm saying? I think if you got anything with like any type of, I ain't gonna say substance, but that ain't the show for you. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
see
Like,
what you're saying. Anybody that's conscious or got a look, their
Yeah,
music got some
conscious or
real,
just-
you.
I don't think the BET Hip Hop
But
Awards
check
is
it
the
out
good.
though, Avin. Is there really an award show for those type of artists? Like, come on.
Not really.
They, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the MTV Awards has become
BET,
the hip hop
the hip-hop,
awards because
Or
it's nothing
pop.
but hip
Yeah,
hop.
no,
Hip-hop,
MTV is
pop.
popped
Very
out.
pop.
They
Well,
popped out.
yeah, but come on
But they
now.
still taking out,
This
trying to
pack-
take the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I say the BET Awards is a good platform. The regular BET Awards.
Yeah, I don't see
But the
why it
beat-
wouldn't be on BET though.
the
'cause
BET Awards actually give awards out. The Hip Hop Awards is more performances and
Mhm.
ciphers
Yeah, I
and
ain't seen
everything
no
else.
awards given out.
Like I always saw 2 awards
It's almost
given
like an
out.
honoree type.
Yeah, I don't think they
award
air that
show.
part.
But Evan, like, what type of reaction are you looking for from the audience? Could it be that they're just
Like, they're
really
just-
engaged and trying to absorb the message, or
Like YBN Corday, for example, I thought him and Anderson .Paak was probably like one of the best performances of the whole night.
Mhm.
Like nobody was up, nobody.
but
And
they
even
are
like,
Yeah.
hip hop, so I
Yeah, that's why I'm saying this is a hip hop
It's-
award show, and
You're
I
saying
mean,
you didn't see like a good response to those.
yeah, I
type
feel like
of
the
Right.
crowd
awards
wasn't
Crowd.
engaged.
Like the energy
versus
won't do
the
it.
baby and Megan Thee
Yeah.
Stallion.
Right.
But you got to think that's what's hot right now.
That's
So
what
of
I'm
course
saying.
everybody's gonna get out their seats and
Right, but that's what I'm
You
saying. I
know.
just think certain artists shouldn't even be set up to be on that show because it's not
geared towards them.
towards their audience. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I think
Or
it's
their
a certain type
genre.
of hip hop artist that should be
Well, then you
performing
know
on
what?
hip
That
hop
could be
award.
one thing that we missing. We missing almost like because when you look at it on like different music platforms, they put it in like an indie genre. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
Like, so maybe there needs to be some type of
Different.
indie. That's what
Yeah.
they called. I don't know why. Why is it labeled
Or
indie?
maybe just
urban.
host it in a different city. Maybe it'll garner
Yeah.
a different response because I still feel like they are hip hop. So
yeah.
if we're being literal to what it's called,
Atlanta's the mecca now.
What other
so
show would
I
they be
see why
on?
they do it there every year, but it would be refreshing to kind of move it. But I just don't know.
Where
I
you
mean,
went,
New
like
York,
LA?
maybe LA. They do the regular one in LA. So
Yeah, do they
It
even New York might be okay place. Like maybe not Barclays. That's too small. Yeah.
I don't
the
know.
the Garden, I don't know.
'Cause I thought they had it in Miami like a couple years
They
ago.
did have it in Miami.
The Hip
That
Hop
was different.
Awards?
Yeah, that was
'cause that's when
different.
DJ Khaled was hosting it.
That was different.
So,
And then like a lot of the big names don't even show up like
nah.
Right.
to that
Yeah.
joint. Like I've never seen Drake there.
That's
I've
the
never
hip-hop
seen.
awards.
so I get what you're
Right.
saying.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why I think they kind of look down on it. They look at it like,
That's
why would I even?
Why would I even attend?
right. Peasants.
Right.
But I
Well,
mean,
we
I
got-
know they have like the BET Hip Hop Honors, but usually it's like artists who are legends in the
Right.
game.
Right.
But maybe they could kind of put that in there somewhere. Like I'm honoring this particular MC
Right.
for their contributions to hip hop.
Right. I think that's the only way that you're really going to be
But
received well on that.
Can we really say okay? I'm going back to the part we said they kind of look down upon it. Some of them do, but like artists like J. Cole or whatever kind of frowned upon the fact that other rappers were getting awards and he wasn't. Like a couple albums
Yeah,
back,
he was
he was kind of big on that.
Cole don't show up to awards though, do he? I've never seen Cole.
I've
go
never
to-
seen him.
No,
He
not
been
now.
to
That's bringing up a whole
performed
nother
at the
But-
BET
TV.
Awards like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he performed at the BET, not the hip hop. He performed at
At the
the
BET
He
Award. That's
did.
what I say. But an artist of his caliber, I wouldn't even want to see him at the BET because I feel like it's kind of beneath him.
Oh,
Mhm.
so, okay. But I feel
To do that
like
joint,
some
like-
of them, like Cole, for a while was like, that's fucked up. Like I ain't get an award. He
Yeah.
was on some like I ain't gonna say envious, but kind of like what?
Do these award shows get it right?
It's the people's
As far
choice.
as,
Is what
like,
it sounds like.
Who wins these awards? I feel like as of late they haven't been really.
They haven't been
right.
getting it right.
They ain't been getting it right.
They never do.
But that brings me
Mhm.
to the next point. Like, do you need validation at this point? Does Drake need a BET Hip Hop Award? Or
Absolutely not.
does Kendrick
know.
need one? Like,
You
They
get
are
an
who
But
they
it
are.
would be nice to see them solely recognized. Like, I don't want them to die. You know what I'm saying? Before they gotta get a honorary award or something like that. Like, I would like to see them recognized somewhere.
yeah.
But I get what. Yeah,
They don't even
Yeah.
recognize it at hip hop because they gave one to Nip at the hip hop, which I
When
didn't know
he
till the next
died.
day.
They gave it to him this. Okay.
Yeah, like all the awards that I heard about the next day on the radio. Cause it was like the only person that I saw getting an award was like an international
Oh
artist.
yeah.
From,
That was the only
like,
one I.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like the rest is just performances, ciphers,
You know what would be cool though?
and that's it.
If like those festivals like Broccoli City and what is the big one in Texas, South by Southwest, if
Mhm.
they
Rolling
started
Loud,
doing
yeah.
Rolling Loud, if they started doing like some type of
An award.
award, still performances or whatever, but because that's a whole different audience, whole different genre. Because they have artists from all over the world. They have
Yeah.
the ones that you don't hear about their EPs or you don't hear about their work.
The festivals
But-
be more lit than the award shows now.
No,
Like, I know
for
back in the
real.
day,
That's
Yeah.
lit.
the award shows used to be like used to tune in and watch that
Right.
joint because it used to be a spectacle. Now
Mhm.
when I look at it, I'm like, I might get like 10, 15 minutes in. I'm like, man, I want to change the channel. Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Yo,
You gotta
something
be
in the
PC too.
water. If Pharrell could finesse, wow, I'm fantasizing, y'all.
Y'all got y'all tickets?
No, it's too
They
early.
haven't
No.
even
Bro.
released the performers, but
Yeah, it's too early.
We are
making
going.
that
Absolutely.
I'm trying to go to that joint.
Yeah,
I'm definitely trying to repeat, but
Right.
I want to see who's gonna be there first before I
spend your money.
spend my money. Because
I ain't
last
mad
year
at that.
was I don't got them topping last year.
Really?
Last year was lit.
You think it's too soon?
I think it's too soon.
You think they should do it like every 2 years? Or?
No. I think it should be every year, but I'm talking about just me investing in tickets right now. I want to see the lineup first.
Right.
Then it's too early to be picking a lineup. Because more stuff is on its way. Like I would say, first of the year.
Things are
February,
subject to change. I
like
think they, from what I read, they're looking like doing it like a week this time.
Oh, like
So,
a what? Or like
it's like
whole,
festivities
more
going
than
to be
just
going on
3
for a
days.
whole
That'd
week.
be crazy.
So more than just Friday, Saturday,
That'd be
Sunday.
I don't know if performances are going to be
nobody
going
gonna
on
be
for a
at
whole
work.
week. It's
Oh,
going to be
Absolutely not.
going to be something going on the whole week.
Everybody.
Yo,
call
that's
out.
gonna bring
Fuck
a
it.
lot of it's gonna bring a lot of revenue to JB.
Yeah, shout out to P, man.
That's what's
You know what I'm
up.
saying?
Yeah.
Need something like that in 804, but we'll
We
get
ain't
there.
right up the
beach.
street.
We
We
gonna get
barely
there.
got a park.
We ain't gonna do it at.
I'm just being
the National.
optimistic for the
At
home
Bird
for the
Park.
home
Oh,
city.
Bird Park.
Maymont.
This right. This next artist said he wasn't even invited to the hip hop BET Awards, but he
shucks
dropped
Oh, man.
he dropped new music today.
Yeah. My
Who was
boy
that?
Wale.
For
you know,
Lauren.
For
you know,
Lauren.
for Lauren.
Wale though.
Dropped that 6
6
studio
out.
album. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Fire. Fire.
15 tracks on that jump. Who on there? Ari,
Mm-hmm.
Bryson
Bryson
Tiller, Black,
Mhm.
Megan Thee Stallion on that jump.
Lil Durk.
Lil
Kelly
Durk,
Price.
Kelly
That-
Price on
that
that jump.
joint is
on that
nice.
joint.
Yeah. Ross and
Yeah.
Meek on there.
Oh,
they hitting
that
on
Ross
there.
and Me joint.
That is-
I didn't
Repeat.
even what
They
number
hitting
is
on-
that?
Number
It's
like
towards the
That's
eight-
bottom.
routine, but it
Yeah,
don't got that
routine.
number
stage
8 or
on it.
9.
Oh,
He
they're
like-
not
he-
featured on it. Like, I mean,
Nah,
they're
he-
not written.
you can't
on
see
it.
No,
it.
you
Nah.
can't. You don't know
That
until you
joint's
listen to the
so-
song.
Dude.
That was dope.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like that particular record sounds like Meek gave it to Wale. Like, here you go. It sounded like Meek had it and was like, no, it sounded like it's
It
Yeah,
sounds
it
like
do
a
sound
Meek
like a Meek
it
record.
sounded like a
It
Meek
does.
record. You know what I'm saying? But Wale went off
Yeah.
on that joint. Let's be clear. I'm loving the album, man. I think this is probably his best work since the album About Nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same
Yo,
thing.
yes,
Yeah.
Best work.
yes.
This is best
but
work
I
since
won't go
that.
say it was best work
As
since
a
that, but
cohesive
As a whole
project,
album.
the joint roll. I could have did without Black Bonnie and Pole Dance at the end because I've heard those records
Mhm.
Right.
for so long. But if you go from 1 to 13, I like it.
Solid.
Yeah.
It's probably one track on that I'm not really feeling. I think
What
that's
is
the
that?
joint Debbie. Something like that.
That's my joint.
I don't really like that joint.
I
Well,
only made
overall,
it
it's
to
good.
Bro
track
was in his
8.
bag on that joint.
And
That's my joint.
I say it to this day, I don't know, maybe I gotta make it to the end of the album, but nothing has topped damn Attention Deficit. Nothing has topped Ambition. Nothing has topped the album
Yeah,
about
Ambition
nothing.
was a great.
Ambition
I
is that
want
joint.
to hear more
That's a
of
classic.
that Wale.
So what makes this Wale? I think he's back in that bag.
Okay, you think so? I think he more so. He's talking a lot about the culture, Black, you
Right.
know, and he's
Personal. He's got more personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mental health too.
that
You bring
too,
that up.
and he's kind of.
Wellness.
Yeah. Wellness. Yeah.
What was the word I'm looking for? Like he's kind of, I can hear a little kind of pop in there, like he's trying to add in there a little bit, and I don't know. I guess those albums was the actual darkness, and here's what the healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you from a
I mean-
Sonics level? I do miss some of the go-go influence, but
Yeah,
I feel like he's still gonna give us an album with nothing but go-go. So I'm kind of like
I'd
still
like to hear that.
open for that, but I do miss that because I feel like every album he had like 1 or 2 tracks that had that feel. Because I mean, a lot of
Mhm.
people still don't know about go-go. Like outside of our region, you go to the West Coast, they look at you like, "What's go-go?" You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
true.
So I'm looking for him to
it
kind of
hasn't gotten
put that
Really?
big.
Still
put
to
that
this day?
mainstream. Oh yeah, a lot of people
That's
don't know.
crazy.
They missing out. They
But
missing
he did
out.
some
Well,
They
like,
are.
he
did some
kind
Afro
of did get
beats.
some publicity when they had that whole, I guess I want to say a boycott in DC about the go-go music.
Yeah.
Remember that they
Oh,
complained,
yeah,
the
the
residents
storefront.
complained or
Yeah.
something. That
Yeah.
kind of gave
They
it some.
trying to gentrify.
You said some about Afrobeat
Right.
too. I
Yeah,
definitely
he
he's
want
did
to
some
definitely
more
infused in
Afrobeats.
there.
Yeah.
definitely. Some
he
more
definitely
soul.
helped bring that to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Whether people want to give him his credit or not, I think because the last album, Shine, he had a lot of them type records
Yeah.
on there.
I feel like a lot of his stuff, and if you're not a big Wale fan, I think it's just some of his stuff is so deep, it goes over people's head.
Yeah,
A lot.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
So a lot
I
of people be like,
understand.
I don't want to listen to that. I'm gonna listen to the trap joint. You know what I'm saying? Trap,
Right.
music, which is cool, but it's like bro, I say bro was in his bag, like for real in this joint. And he just seemed like I rock with any damn Wale album, any damn way. But he just seemed free now. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe
Mhm.
from, talking to somebody, a counselor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The mental health or the wellness, as he say. But he just seemed way a lot more free. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, bro, like he seemed happy. You know what I mean? Because I know for sure he was like, I guess not getting the notoriety was getting to him. It was like, bro, like your true fans like rock with everything you putting out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I don't know why you don't get all the notoriety, because a lot of stuff you do put people on. Like he put Meg and SZA, and like he had them on a lot of his mixtapes, and people like, damn, it's like, yeah, like we had a song together.
He do be
you know
on
what I'm
people
saying?
first.
Like
I give him that.
So
be on artists first.
Yeah, this album definitely is a good listen. So if you haven't heard it, definitely.
I know one thing though. Wale got some of the best intro tracks. Like out of anyone
album
that's out
openers,
right now.
he got the
Like,
best.
Bruh,
This
them
album, it
intros,
was different.
man.
It was a little bit subtle. It was a laid back joint,
them
but it was
intros.
dope.
Between him and me, I think they got the
intros
best
on
intros.
that.
Their
Intros to
albums?
this album. Like what's his
Intros to the
number?
album.
Sue Me?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
Sue
not
Me.
mad at
Oh,
that.
you mean like the introduction song, or I'm
Yeah.
thinking of
I ain't
like
thinking
Intros
about,
to
like,
every
hold on, wait a
song.
minute.
No, just the introduction song.
I'm not mad at that. I can't think of nobody right because the intros have changed from the way they used to be like 10 years ago. It's not really, the intro used to be like more of a hard song. They used to kind of stamp the album coming out hard, but now it's like you can start the album with any type of song you want to.
He killed that.
I didn't realize my man had like 20 projects that he's done as an artist. Like I was like, wow. When he said that on the Breakfast Club, I was like, he did 20 projects. But when I went back and thought about it, I was like, yeah, it's
all those mixtapes.
It's up there.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it he's not
EPs.
getting the notoriety or the mention or the accolades or just the kudos as his peers, the Coles, the Kendricks, the Drakes, he's on that. To me, he's always been right there with them. I don't know what's keeping him from getting to that next level. Like I said, I think Dion said it earlier. Like people don't get it. Like they don't get.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just don't like him as a person. Like, because early
that
on,
might
it's
be
funny
what
you
it
say that. I
is.
was thinking of that. I was sitting over here thinking that, like, is it something about Wale that us as the fans don't know? Like, is he difficult to work with, or is he like super like?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do they like again? Do
'Cause the
people not
music
like
be
him
there.
as a person?
Yeah,
the music
And
be there.
Yeah, nowadays people got to buy into you, so I think that might have something to do with it.
I know he said it's certain people have put a narrative out on him because he's an introvert. So it's like he discussed it and it was like he gets nervous sometimes around people that he don't know. And it's like because a lot of people in the industry have put this narrative out on him. Like if somebody comes up to him and be like, "You remember me?" He's now his mind is racing to try to see if he really remembers them because he feels the pressure. If he says no, then the people are like, "Man, you an asshole. Like you just met me." Like it's like it's too much going on in his brain. So that's why I'm like, with this album, he seems just free. Like, look, fuck it. You gonna fuck with me or you not? Know what I'm saying? But his fans, like the people that rock with him, is gonna rock with him regardless.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? So I think that got a lot to do with it because him and Cole is real cool. Like to me, him, Cole, Kendrick, they're all on the same level. Know what I'm saying? Like Cole, and I think the one thing with him and J. Cole, because they are really friends, like Cole really don't care about what other people say or think.
Yeah.
Cole would drop his music. He know it's dope. He'll drop it out and be like, you either gonna rock with it or you're not.
Right.
If you don't, I don't care. And I know it was an interview when he told Wale that, like, look, man, the people that don't want to listen to your music or say whatever, fuck them. Know what I'm saying? Just keep doing you. Because as long as you keep spitting that real, your fans is gonna rock with that joint. So it is what it is. Everybody ain't gonna like you.
I feel
just keep going forward.
Do these lists? You know what? That brings me to this point. These lists keep coming up. These top 50 lists.
Talk about lists.
Does it? Who's making them? Number one, and then
No
does
one's
it even
making them.
matter at this point?
People
Somebody
are just
smart.
curious. I think it's just out of
I
curiosity.
think people doing
and-
it to troll and like piss people off.
Do you
Like,
think
that's-
so?
But they
That's
smart.
what
They
I
smart
have
though, because they
to.
got
Who
people talking about this.
Yeah, it's
Who can
working.
say the
Know what I'm
most
saying? It's definitely
outrageous
working.
thing first?
They had a new 50 top 50 list. I think that was voted by the Trap. It was on T.I.'s podcast, Trap Music Museum. They posted that. I don't remember exactly the number or who fell at what number, but it definitely was some prominent people left off. And then they had a one just for Atlanta artists, Atlanta hip hop artists. And I think like Gucci was like number 13 and he was highly upset.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
seen that.
And I'm like,
Gucci is like, but wait,
but where does he
did
think he
wait
should
was
be?
that a
he should be glad that he's at 13.
yo?
I mean,
And I
Wait,
love
wait,
Gucci,
wait,
but
You know what I'm saying?
Was
where
that
does
a
he think
shot
he
at
should fall on
JT
that?
when he was like, so Gucci didn't have the best first day out song?
Who said that?
I think so, because she
posted
made
that on
her first day
Instagram.
out the other
Right.
day.
Oh, okay.
Was that a shot at her?
Maybe.
Or
I don't know.
Or
if
me?
so, that's some real. If that's petty. I feel like she.
I mean,
But why
she
would it be a
female
shot
who
at
was-
her?
Who is? I don't know because he posted it right when her shit dropped,
Oh,
and he said, "So Gucci ain't had the best
yeah,
first day
I
out."
think he going
joint.
through something.
I'm like,
'Cause
what?
yeah, I think he going through
That's
something.
no. I feel like that,
Yeah.
but one in comparison, that's
right.
She just
Yeah.
dropping her shit. She happy that she out.
right.
Like
just
she's in a halfway house. or
Kodak
something
would
like
do.
that.
Kodak
yeah.
do. He always drop a first day out.
Yeah.
Right. Shout
I
out to
don't,
JT. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Word,
Yeah.
word.
She be free for real next year.
Right.
But she's in a halfway house, but
Yeah.
she ain't behind them walls. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Looking
But yeah,
forward to
these
them.
lists, man, like it's weird. It's weird. Like I say, I mean, I think everything is your list is always going to be your opinion. So it's never going to be fact. Not unless we going off like who sold the most.
Catalog or
That's fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everything you ask my top 10, you ask everybody top 10 here, it's your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's cool. But I don't know the way they posting it, and like I said, you know, these numbers it need to be some rearranging to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people in there. I'm just like, how did they even end up on here? And I don't like the fact that it's no females on these lists. You might see one or two, but it shouldn't be a separate list. They should be included too, I think.
who would you put in your top 50?
Who, what female would I put?
females? Yeah, what
Yeah.
female?
I know
Um,
Rhapsody for you.
Rhapsody,
Definitely.
Eve, Kim,
Mhm.
Queen
That's a
Latifah.
lot. Queen Latifah, MC Light. I don't feel like none of them should be included. Like they're just as important as all these other names that we mentioned. And like I said, I seen some lists that didn't have. And like I said, some of this stuff before my time, but you gotta kind of know where it's coming from. Like you didn't have Rakim on there.
Oh, yeah,
But
you
you
trolling at
What
this
type of list are
point.
we doing?
Yeah,
like,
because
Yeah.
that's
You
what we
trolling.
just said. That's
Yeah.
their
You gotta have
opinion.
Kim.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
their
it's
opinion.
strictly
Like,
opinionated.
come
So
on,
that's why I
you
say,
know, you
yeah,
can't
it's-
really.
yeah, I mean,
I
think
think it's strictly just to get. I don't think it's trying to cause issues, but I think it's trying to like compare, like, all right, your list and his list, and mostly like, just your opinion. Like everybody's just curious and they just want to know. I don't think it's like.
Put it on social media and watch it go viral. Like people be like, nah, bro, like your list crazy now.
Yeah,
nah.
and
Like,
then it's
that's
just
how it
gonna turn
start.
into that eventually.
Next
like,
thing you know,
"Man, what the
everybody
fuck?
yeah,
dude, what
have
type
you
of
seen this
childhood you
list?
had and all that
Exactly.
crazy.
What was
shit.
on T.I.'s? Who was his number one? Was it Pop?
Yeah, I think it was
Tupac?
Pop.
I
I
think it
didn't
was
even see
Pac
it.
and
It was Pop,
NCAA.
Hove, and then Biggie, I think.
But it was like, what was
Right.
the criteria?
Honestly, those have to be in your top. Like
Nas was on the list, but he was a lot lower.
But what's the criteria?
That's what
Is
I'm
it just
saying.
lyrical?
It's
Is
so
it
many different
like-
criteria you can look at. Like you
Know
looking
what
at
I'm
just the
saying?
artist.
While they
Or-
weren't
Yeah,
even on
because
the
true, because
list.
your top 5 or 10
Mm-mm.
now is different than what it may have been.
Well, then I guess that's
Yeah.
where you separate your top 5 currently and your top 5 of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. So what's everybody? Never mind.
Mm-mm.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
I was just about to say, what's your top 5 currently, or one of your top 5s currently?
Currently, not
Yeah.
of all time.
Not of all time, just currently. Like who is on your
Do they
Your
have to?
Apple
Do they have to be
Music, your
new?
Tidal.
Do they have to be like new?
currently? Just no,
Like
it don't
dropped
have to be
current
new. Something
music?
that you're just something
Currently
that you just find because
go-to.
me when I get a track or an album that I like, I'm playing it for the next 2 weeks straight. So like in the car, like that's just me. So
Yeah.
that would be one of my top 5 currently.
That's a good question. I think currently, I mean, mine don't really change too much because I just like who I like. I'm willing to
Jeez.
listen. I listen to everything though. and I give everything a chance. But like top 5 right now, rappers that's in the game. I mean, all right, y'all, man. We're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate y'all listening. Number one, before we leave, we're gonna shout out to Roar Audio, our sponsors, man. They definitely be holding us down. And if you want to listen to us, you can check us out on Podomatic app. You can check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And if you're looking to watch, you can check us out on our YouTube account. And thanks for listening, man. I go by the name of IV.
This Doug.
Crown Vic.
Love Jamie.
Deep Carrie.
And
Appreciate y'all.
We are the
top. T.O.P.
A lot of truth with just as many opinions, so prolific a vision, you won't forget it. We over top of the gimmicks, the side of something new. This for our city ain't stopping until we reach our pinnacle. We got a lot to do, been breaking through, you know what we on. All gas, no brakes, what it takes. Let's set the stage to be great. This is the top for the day. You will see nothing better, beginning of something special. We reaching another level, we pushing forward together. Everybody got ambitions, you know, we on the rise.